Jurors are present and accounted for, Your Honor.
Thank you all. Please be seated. Mr. Wilson, the state may call its next witness.
Thank you. State would call Dr. Mary Beth Hopful.
Okay, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may have seen on the screen as you were coming in that Dr. Hopful is on, she's testifying by Zoom. She's on the screen. The parties have agreed for her to testify by Zoom, and I'm just going to instruct you that you should evaluate her testimony the same as you would a witness who was physically here in person. Deputy, sorry, will you please come back and swear Dr. Hopful? Thank you. If you stand at the podium, she can.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state and spell your full name for the court, please.
My name is Dr. Mary Beth Hoptle, Hauptle.
Thank you, ma'am. You may lower your hand. Mr. Wilson, go ahead.
Thank you. Dr. Hopful, can you hear me fine?
Yes,
Dr. Hopful, what state do you live in now?
I live in Florida.
Okay. And what do you do for a living?
Well, I am retired from the field of medical legal death investigation as well as forensic odontology.
Okay. When did you retire?
I retired in October of 1996.
And prior to that date, where did you work?
Where did I work?
Yes, ma'am.
I worked for the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office in downtown Atlanta.
And what was your job there?
My job, I wore two hats. My job in this case was as the medical legal investigator. I took the telephone call that came in from the police department on the finding of remains. But I am also a forensic dentist.
Okay.
Working at the Fulton, yes.
Now, your first job, well, your first hat is as an investigator. Could you please tell the jury what you would typically do as an investigator, how you receive some training on that, and how long have you been doing that for?
Well, I had pretty significant training in medical legal death investigation from the people in St. Louis and some people in Washington, D.C. And so I was trained that I am, as an investigator, the person who goes to the scene and evaluates the circumstances, evaluates the decedent, and takes pictures for the purpose of serving as or for the medical examiner in the case. I have to write up a report of my findings, and it's to the medical examiner that I write up what I find.
Okay. And how many years experience did you have at that?
At the time of this case, this was what, in 99?
Yes.
Okay, I was trained, let's see. I received my training prior to being hired at the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office, and that was in October of 1996.
Okay. And you also said you wore a different hat as a forensic dentist. Is there a name for your specialty?
Yes, I'm a forensic dentist. I'm the girl they call in when perhaps the DNA in the case is not of good enough quality to do a comparison check, or if the decedent doesn't have fingerprints, so they're not in any system to understand who they are. So they call in a forensic dentist because teeth can withstand all kinds of conditions. They can outlast fire and and they're just impervious to the elements. So my job is to examine the remains, take x-rays of the remains, and then to compare those x-rays to x-rays of whomever law enforcement thinks the person might be.
How does
Yeah.
one get to be trained to be a forensic? Is there a special name for your special dentistry? Odontology?
It's forensic odontology, and I took numerous courses from 1991, 1992, 1993. I'm a dentist. I have been a dentist since 1984, but I was a hygienist before I became a dentist. So I've been looking at a lot of mouths and a lot of x-rays.
So you've been a dentist since you graduated from dental school in 1984?
Yeah.
Where from?
From Loyola University in Chicago.
And when you graduate from dentist, does that mean you're automatically a dentist?
No, you have to pass a national board exam.
And
So, though the DDS card, Doctor of Dental Surgery, is the diploma I received from Loyola, we all had to pass this national board exam, and if you didn't pass the exam, you waited around till the next time it was given, and you took it then, in hopes that you passed it.
did you pass that exam?
Yes,
And that's how you became a licensed dentist?
that's right.
Now, at that time, were you just a general dentist?
Yeah.
Did you?
Wilson, forgive me for interrupting, but if you could come here, please, and Mr. McDermott, or Ms. Hilfer is on the line. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Your Honor. You said that you were a specialist in forensic odontology. Well, how does one get to be a forensic odontologist?
The way to do this is I was fortunate, faculty members of mine, both for dental hygiene school and dental school, trained at Walter Reed Medical Institution in forensic dentistry. So you have to take lots of weeks of courses, mostly in pathology, mostly in radiology.
And what is your main purpose as a forensic odontologist?
My main purpose is to identify individuals who are visually not recognizable. So if somebody's burned beyond recognition or skeletal remains are found in the woods, that's the time you have to call a forensic dentist.
And how is it that is a unique field that you can help in? Well, I mean, what are you looking for when you're trying to identify someone?
I'm looking to find that the x-rays that I've taken of the decedent, if they compare identically with the x-rays of the person before they died, then there's no question that this is who I think they are. So it's a matter of comparing before death radiographs to after death radiographs.
And How many times have you done that in your career?
Oh my. I don't know that I'd be able to answer that accurately. It's in the hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
And do you go through a specialty type exam to become a forensic odontologist?
No, it's the courses taken that matter. And then I also became a member of the American Academy of Forensic Sciences and the American Society of Forensic Odontology. And that's where you get together with fellows, your peers. So I can learn from a case that happened in 1979 when faculty members identified the death from a major air crash at O'Hare International Airport. I knew how they had done it. And when I realized you could do that, because I love mystery so much, I knew that was a field for me.
Ma'am, have you ever been declared as an expert in the field of forensic odontology?
Yes, I've testified numerous times.
Have you ever been declared in Fulton County, Georgia as an expert in forensic odontology?
Say that again?
Have you been declared as an expert in the field of forensic odontology in Fulton County? To testify?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would tender Dr. Hoptel as an expert in the field of forensic odontology.
No objection.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Are you familiar with the case of Melissa Wolfenbarger?
Yes, I am.
How did you first learn of this case?
I actually am the one who took the phone call from the police that had arrived on scene and informed me that there were remains of a human being's skull or head had been found by the side of the road. So I took the phone call and then I grabbed the medical examiner and we both went to the site.
Okay, do you remember what date that was?
Say that again?
Do you remember what date that was? When was that?
Oh, well, I don't remember when it was. It was 1999 at some point. I don't remember the exact date.
And you said the medical examiner accompanied you?
Yes, this was in 1998, and it was Dr. Robert Parker was the medical examiner. So we both drove to where the remains had been found.
Did Dr. Parker regularly accompany you to crime scenes?
Only if I asked him, yes.
Okay. Who else was with you other than Dr. Parker?
Say this again?
Who else was with you other than Dr. Parker?
Well, the Atlanta Police Department, their whole crime scene unit, and members of the GBI were there. Investigators were there also because they were interested. This head that had been found might be associated with a case they were investigating from Twiggs County, where they had, I think they had a corpse and they did not have the decedent's head. So they were really hoping that this would be the head that belonged to their torso, so to speak. So there were a lot of investigators there.
We don't have a torso.
Not just myself and Dr. Parker.
What was the first thing you did when you arrived at the scene?
I examined the area, I examined where the head was, and then I took pictures myself.
And can you describe that scene when you first walked up to it? What did you see?
What I saw was, and this is badly decomposed, so you have to pardon me because it's out of sorts, so to speak, but this, and therefore I knew it had been in a black bag before it had rolled out or been brought out by a German Shepherd dog. It looked like a head with its neck down on the street.
Let's run that back. Look at the defense react when she gives this telling of the German Shepherd dog and the head in the bag?
Black bag before it had rolled out or been brought out by a German Shepherd dog. It looked like a head with its neck down on the street, and it was very deep green color.
What did that mean to you?
Say it again.
What did that coloration mean to you?
Oh, I knew that it had actually been cooking in this bag because the bag was plastic and black. So I knew this was not recent. This didn't happen last night.
Objection. She has been well, can we approach?
Sure.
Sure.
There you go. So she's gonna she's gonna give her guess on things that would factor into rate of decomposition. This is extremely important for the defense to fight because we don't know the time of death. But if we can move the time of death closer to when maybe, and I don't really buy into this theory, but the state's leaning into these remains were found near where Wolfenbarger worked. And he wasn't actually working there anymore. Maybe it would be a stronger case for the state if they can say, based on the decomposition, it's likely that this was already dumped when he was working there actively before that February firing date. So, I don't know. We don't have a time of death. We don't have a place of death. And that's correct. They have not found a torso. But they find this head, or it's been described as a skull, standing upright. Someone that lived in the area that was on a morning walk poked it with a stick and was like, oh, that's a human head. Tells their daughter because their daughter's in law enforcement. Then everybody comes out to the scene. Yeah, and really no cause of death. Right.
The objection is overruled. Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Dr. Hauptel, could you see what condition was the skin in when you saw the skull?
It was terribly decomposed.
Okay, and could you see any of it? Was there anything of evidentiary value left on the skull itself?
No, I wouldn't say so.
All right. Could you see any of the bone of the skull?
Well, I could see underlying bone. It was just this green, decomposed flesh attached to it.
Okay. And did Dr. Parker examine the skull at the scene?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Okay.
So there was no way to tell whether this was a male or a female. This was a
Objection.
badly
There's no question.
degraded.
This is a
Yeah.
non-responsive answer. This narrating is, there was no question.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you.
Sustained.
Thank you. I'll move on. Now, do you recall whether or not there were any businesses near where the skull was discovered?
Have I ever what?
Do you recall if there were businesses near where the skull was discovered?
Yes.
And what kind of businesses were there?
Wow. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I think there was a guy that had a yard of some kind. I don't think it was a junkyard, I'm not sure. But there was a railroad across the street from where the skull lay.
Okay. Do you recall if there was anything else do you recall if there was anything else of significant found at the scene?
Yeah, the bag, there was a black bag that the skull had likely rolled out of. there was a German Shepherd dog that had been instrumental in this, and that's understandable.
Dr. Hoptel? Dr. Hoptel?
Dr. Hoptel, can you hear me? This is Judge Krause. Sorry, it's one of the limitations of the technology that sometimes there's a delay. There's an objection, so if you'll stop speaking for a moment while I deal with the objection.
Can we approach Your Honor?
Yes.
Oh boy, and that's the second time she's tried to go down this storyline about there was the German Shepherd. That's clearly how the head made its way to where it was put there. Because if there is no, let's say there is no story where the dog actually takes the bag out of the woods and somehow unravels the head. To me, it doesn't make sense to me why a bag with bleach with a head in it, that a dog would want to get to the head that's inside, and as soon as the head rolls out of it, it's done and moves on. If the dog wants to get to this head, why would it not want the head as soon as it's out of the bag? So that's something that conceptually just doesn't make sense to me. But if there is no dog, if this never happens, did somebody place a skull facing the place of work where they may have thought that Christopher was working, not knowing that he didn't work there anymore?
Go ahead, Mr. Wilson.
Dr. Hoptel, who would have been in charge of securing evidence at the scene, evidence of the skull and other things at the scene? Would that have been you?
Yeah, it might have been me, or it might have been a colleague of mine.
And do you recall how long you and Dr. Parker were on the scene?
No, I don't recall how long it was.
After you completed your duties on the scene, what did you do next?
Ask me that again?
After you completed your duties at the scene, what did you do next?
Okay, then I went back to the office, brought Dr. Parker back, and started to write up my report.
And do you know if there was a formal autopsy of the skull and whatever evidence was found?
Yes, there was a formal autopsy of the skull performed, definitely.
And where would that have been performed?
Say this again?
Where would that have been performed?
At the Fulton County Medical Examiner's office.
And do you know when that autopsy occurred?
I'm not understanding.
Do you know when that autopsy would have occurred?
Would I have known when
I'll move on.
Or did occur? It would have been that afternoon or the following day.
Thank you. Who was the first person that law enforcement thought this might be the head of? You understand what I'm asking you?
Yeah, ask me that again because I don't know.
Did you review dental records to try to determine whether or not this was the skull of people that were coming in?
I don't understand.
Okay. What did you do first to the skull in your duties at the
My
medical exam?
duties, I just examined the skull's dentition. Now,
What did you do after that?
what did I do after that or no during that?
Did you take an x-ray?
No, I didn't take x-rays. The morgue staff did.
Are you familiar with NCIC, the term NCIC, what NCIC is?
Yes, I am.
And did you utilize that at all?
Yes.
Could you?
So when I did my examination, which is like a dentist doing an exam in their office, I render a chart. So I write down the features that are present in this mouth, going from the upper right, going all the way around, upper teeth, lower teeth. And on this NCIC form, I'm writing down what I found. The most significant finding was a filling on a single tooth. a single molar in the skull.
Can you hold on just a second?
What? Why do we gotta talk to what happened? Did something screw up? I think it's kind of weird that she's wearing so many hats in her role.
Might be better if it was a complete copy.
Nice, JC. JC says watching this.
So I'm
expert
going to
is like
show you
pulling
what's
teeth.
been marked as states 77.
That's my dental chart of the decedent.
And is that the documentation that you recorded at the medical examiner?
Yes, it is.
And was that an accurate picture of what you found after your examination?
Absolutely. You see this filling on the lower.
Hang on,
that's the
hang
lower
on,
right.
hang on.
Over-
Sorry, Dr. Hoptel, forgive me for interrupting. You've shown her the document, she's identified the document,
Yes.
but now she's testifying about what's in the document.
I know, Your Honor. I was going to ask to admit state 77.
Any objection, Mr. McDermott?
Objection.
Exhibit 77 is admitted.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Now, what I'm doing is pointing at something on the chart. Is that what was significant for you?
Yeah, that's a silver amalgam filling on the chewing surface of tooth number 31, a lower second molar.
And
There were no other fillings, there were no other missing teeth. So we delight in this because it doesn't take a whole lot of rocket science to compare dental charts to this one.
And what you would do is compare dental charts that came in and see if they match, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. And or x-rays.
Do you recall how many unknown people, do you recall how many records you were asked to identify?
Oh, no, I have no idea. There were just people galore wanting to know if this was somebody of interest to them. So I got several calls from people over time.
Did you finally receive any dental records from, excuse me just a minute. I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 33. I'm trying to hold it up as well as I can.
You're going to have to turn that one over. It's upside down. There you go. So show this to the jury, please.
Well, not yet. Not yet, because it's not in evidence yet.
Okay. Do you recognize those records?
Yes.
And
Look at Don.
what are those records?
What?
What are those records? What are those records? Do you recall what those records were?
No. I'm not sure I understand the question.
Well, did you recognize those records when I showed them to you?
Yes.
What are they?
They were dental records from a person named Melissa Wolfenbarger.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I'd move to tender States 33.
Mr. McDermott? 33 is admitted.
Thank
He's
you.
gonna explode. He's struggling.
Yeah, sure. Your Honor, I'd ask permission to publish number States 33.
Permission granted.
Please. Oh. much more of this, guys? Okay, great. We have a filling.
And Dr. Hoptel, what was significant about those records that you received, comparing them to the records of the remains found?
The most significant thing is that silver amalgam filling on tooth number 31. That would be the patient's lower right.
And did it match what you found from this on the skull?
Yes, it did. And the fact that it was the only restoration in the skull is to be made note of.
So after comparing the dental charts and the records of the dental charts from Dr. Brantley, and then the dental charts from the Fulton County medical examiners, were you able to determine, based on a reasonable scientific degree of certainty, whether or not those were from the same person?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And after you made that identification, what else did you do?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
After you made the identification, what did you do next?
After I made the identification, I informed the medical examiner, the medical examiner on the case.
Do you remember?
To let her know that I knew who this was, and that this was an unequivocal finding of mine.
And what medical examiner did you notify?
That would be Dr. Carol Terry. I believe she assumed the case from Dr. Parker way back in the early days.
And after you did that identification, what did you do? What did you do next in this case?
I don't know what I did next. I instructed people to notify the next of kin of this lady's death.
Okay. Did you ever do anything to the skull itself while in the Fulton Medical Examiner's office? Did you ever do anything?
No, I did look at how the skull had been prepared by the forensic anthropologist.
Okay.
So
Well, I don't need you to talk about that. May I just have a moment, Your Honor?
Sure.
He's like, did I miss anything? I'm frazzled. Yeah, Nick, this isn't making sense. And this is a lot of time, in my opinion, to spend on this. Oh, sorry, bad timing. If you guys want to see them chat. Because, yeah, we've heard about bleaching the skull, and maybe that was to help look at possible tool marks and defects. But we have differing stories about when bleach made contact with the skull. We heard in opening that the ME apparently submerged the skull in bleach.
Do you remember what year you made the actual identification of the skull?
what year the identification was made?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, the case was in 1998, so I don't know. It had to be after that.
Okay. Was it a long period of time after that?
Yes, because we only had the skull, and then there was another case that came into the office, and this was bagged remains from also somebody that had dismembered a body and put into bags. I wasn't the lead investigator on the case, but the investigator on the case, because of the similarity in the way these remains were bagged, the DNA from those remains.
Hang on, just ma'am.
compared to the skull.
Dr. Hoptel?
Actually,
Hang on. Yes.
Let me ask you a different question. Let me go back to the scene of
Like that
the
answer.
discovery of the head. Could you describe the condition of the
In the defense.
did you make reports on this case?
Yes,
And would it possibly help you to refresh your recollection to review your report as to when you made the discovery?
yes.
Okay.
Can y'all come here for just a second?
Oh, what's going on, Judge? So he did not want her to run on with that answer about, there's other things going on at the time. And something that, in the chat conversations, do these parts all actually belong to Melissa? And these parts are being found in slightly different areas. The head is found in a different area than the other remains that apparently belong to Melissa. There's weird testing integrity issues with the DNA. And not for nothing, but this witness said that she went to the crime scene in 1998, and now she's saying she just knows that she made the ID 1998 or later. But state's theory is that we first went to the crime scene on April 29th of 1999, and they didn't correct her on that time frame. But now they're panicking because there's a mention of other things, similar things happening in this area. And this is sad because if we have, like, let's say this part decomposed quickly, and maybe there's like a February time frame where Melissa's staying in hotels and she looks like she's using drugs based on what we heard in the interviews.
Go ahead, Mr.
She
Wilson.
could be a target
Thank you,
for someone doing
Your
some
Honor.
random nefarious stuff.
You wrote a report. You wrote several reports in this case, correct?
Yes,
And if you wrote a report that stated that you identified the skull as belonging to Miss Melissa Wolfenbarger on the 14th day of March of 2003, would that be accurate?
sure.
May I just have one more moment?
Sure.
Nothing further.
Mr.
Oh,
McDermott,
here
questions
we
for this
go.
witness?
Just a few.
I would like to talk about both of them. And I guess we can start with.
Oh. This is crazy. A possible serial killer scenario and not Carl Patton. Like, what case can you say that in?
Ms. Hoptel,
Good afternoon.
can you hear me fine?
I can, yes.
Okay. Do you remember this chart that was shown to you a while ago that you made? This was based on the skull?
Yes,
And do you have a copy of that? Or are you dependent upon my copy?
no. I have a copy somewhere in my file.
Okay, but not accessible?
Say it's right in front of you.
You don't
it.
have one accessible right now?
In front of you?
Say that again?
Do you have one easily accessible right now that you could read from?
It doesn't matter because what I'm seeing you hold up is exactly what I know I made. Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to try to publish my digital version of that. Is that okay on Zoom?
Or is it Exhibit 77 that was admitted into evidence already?
That's 77. Yeah, it is, Judge.
Go for it.
And we all know this is going to go as smoothly as possible.
Sure.
Hold on. Well, let me try it this way. Dr. Hoptel, in your written version of the chart that you made based on the skull, do you remember noting that there were class 5 caries in tooth number 6 and tooth number 11?
Yeah,
You don't remember that?
no, I do remember that, and it's written on the chart.
Oh, good. Well, that simplified matters. What is a class 5 carie?
That would be a cavity that was at the base of the gum line. That's class 5. The amalgam silver filling.
Okay, I want to stop you. I didn't ask about the amalgam yet.
Yeah, that's tooth number 31. That's a class 1 amalgam.
Okay, thank you. Are class 5 caries more common in children or adults?
Adults.
Okay. Now, can you bring up the other exhibit, the chart from Dr. Brantley?
Uh-oh, where are we going?
Now, I'm going to share with you the chart from Dr. Brantley briefly.
For the record, is that Exhibit 33 that was offered into evidence by the
Getting
state?
into-
Go ahead. Thank you.
Can we go up to the other part of that? The records part? Okay. And do we have a date on that document?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, number one, you can see,
There you go.
and this is a document that purports to be Melissa Patton's dental.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
what is her listed date of birth?
Date of birth, it says 9, it looks like 9/9/70.
Okay. And is there a date on which this medical record was created?
I don't know, this isn't my creation.
Well, do you see one on the document currently?
No, I'm not looking at the whole page though. I'm only seeing
And can
from,
we
How was she
scroll?
21 when
There's
she
another part
died?
that has some handwritten scribblings. See if we can take a chance on this. It's the next page. There you go. Now, okay, you'll have to rotate again, I'm afraid.
But her birthday
Great,
was
you're a pro.
September, right?
Can you see the chart part on the right that has some scribblings on it?
yeah, but I can't discern what's written.
Can you make out the bottom row, the date?
No,
Okay.
nope, I can't.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. You said that you positively identified the skull as Melissa's based on these charts?
No, based on my examination of the remains, okay, coupled with x-rays that were taken, and those were compared, and this chart and the chart that I made were all compared to what we had in the examiner's office.
And what did you do with the x-rays when you were done with them?
I didn't do anything with them. They go with the file. They
So there
stay-
should be x-rays in the
stay with
file?
File.
There should be x-rays in the file then?
Yeah, if protocol was served. This is a big question for the medical examiner, not myself.
Oh, thank you. Are you aware that there were other agencies looking for the victim in this case?
Oh, yes.
What were some of those agencies that you were aware of?
Well, the GBI, for one, they were looking for a match to a decedent they had in Twiggs County. And then there were calls made from New York and all over the place.
No.
Wanting, yeah.
Okay, thank you. You answered my question. That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson?
Thank you, Kim C. And also thank you, Slim Life and Jay, for becoming green.
Sure.
Dr. Hoptel?
Yes.
Showing the picture on
I'm
the
sure,
camera
can you
again.
see the document that I'm holding up?
Yes, I can.
Are you familiar with that document?
Yeah, but it looks like it's upside down.
Sorry. Did I get it right?
Yes, I can see it.
And what does that describe?
Hold it up again if you would. Okay, that tells you, shows you what the scene looked like.
Did you make that drawing?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, state would, and was that an accurate representation of what you saw that day? Was that an accurate representation of what you saw that day?
Yeah, yes. As best I could. I mean, there were pictures taken.
Your Honor, I would like to tender State 78.
Okay, I have something on the list y'all gave me as 32.
I don't believe it's the same.
Okay. 78. Any objection, Mr. McDermott?
No objection.
78 is admitted.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. McDermott, questions on those questions?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hoptel. You are free to log out of the Zoom. You are excused as a witness.
Run.
Thank you very much. And thank you for letting me serve you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Oh. Does she know how to leave? She's still on the screen.
Mr. Fawcett or Ms. Hilton, the state may call its next witness.
She's still there.
The state calls
Oh,
Dr. Gilbo.
Okay.
she turned off her video. Oh, she's back. She's still there. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, do we feel like we need a break? Nope. Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
When you reach the
wow.
witness stand, if you would turn and face the deputy and raise your right hand, he'll swear you in.
You swear affirm to the testimony that you're about to give, truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, sir.